You're probably getting geared up for turkey season, and now is the time to start considering where you're going to place your ground blinds. In this video, I'm just going to go over how to set up the TideWe See Through Ground blind and how to get the most use of this ground blind to be more successful this turkey season. Hey, I'm Jason. If you haven't already seen the TideWe See Through Ground blind, take a look for that video and see the reviews on it. It is a great tool to utilize, especially if you hunt with kids. The see-through ground blind to me is just a game changer because, you know, their attention span is pretty short. And I remember when my kid was little, he would be on the ground, you know, playing with sticks and digging in the dirt and stuff. So now they can kind of see out and still see what's going on without having to stand up constantly and peek out the little crack that you have. Also, on those rainy, ugly days when you can sit on a field edge and stay dry, you can just sit in there. It's, you know, turkeys a lot of times will hit the fields when it's raining. In a lot of cases, when it's raining like that, it's just a waiting game. You know, you sit on the edge of the field, you wait for them to come out there and feed, and it's just scouting is really where that comes into play. So knowing where to set your ground blind is going to be crucial. Sure, utilizing, you know, decoys and calling will help get them a little bit closer to you, but sometimes that isn't enough. It's just knowing where to be. So we'll set this up real quick. This thing is lightweight, easy to pack in and out, but like I said, getting this thing out there 2 weeks before the season, a week before the season, just so the turkeys get used to it. I have been on both ends of the scenarios, sitting in ground blinds to the point where turkeys come out, they see it, they don't like it, they turn around and leave. To the flip end of that, setting this thing in the wide open in the middle of the field, decoys 10 yards in front of you, and the turkeys come in right there. So it's a different scenario anywhere you go. How do you know which scenario is going to happen? Well, to me, I just like to play it safe, and to me that is getting it out there early and brushing that thing in, making it look like it's supposed to be there. But when I don't have that option of getting it out there early, maybe I'm hunting public land and I'm just, you know, going in somewhere, it is raining, you know, I'll just pop that thing up, tuck it in somewhere, and just hope for the best. Again, it can work, and I've done it. Actually, I've killed my biggest turkey in the absolute pouring down rain sitting in a ground blind that I just put up. So turkeys will come to the fields in the rain. They will work the calls in the rain. It's just, you know, staying dry. This really helps you stay dry and sit there a little bit longer than usual. So if you're really not familiar with how these ground blinds work, I'll just go over the setup on this real quick and then show you how I would use it. So once you pull it out of the bag, I like to look for the center hub of the ceiling, which is going to be the solid material here. Stand on the edge, and you just want to come directly over top of this. You'll find this little pull tab, and once you pull up that up, give it a good pop, and then you're going to do the same for all sides. Just walk right around, pull all these tabs out, and that's it. I mean, this thing sets up in a couple seconds. So in this situation, I have a nice big open area right here, and as you can see, it's pretty thick here behind me. So I want to tuck this into the thick stuff a little bit, just so I don't look out of place. Again, I have seen these and I've sat in them, I've filmed out of them in the middle of a field, nothing around, and this turkey still came in. So I don't say it's a deal breaker, but I like to play it on the safe side, and I like to tuck it in and hide it a little bit. The nice thing about TideWe's ground blind is they do come with the brush loops. They have them up high and then midway through. So what I really like to do, if I can't go crazy or I don't have time, I like to just stick them on the tops here on the edge, really just to break up that outline, make it look like it's part of the brush that's on it. So it just fits in there and it doesn't look out of the ordinary. So I won't go too crazy just for the demonstration of this video, but back in the fall in the deer season, I had this thing so grassed in, and I kind of put them over the windows as well, just kind of hides that black hole as well. And that's essentially why you want to wear black. I mean, as you can see just from the video, it's just a black hole right here. So I even like to kind of hide that black hole, basically knowing where my decoys are going to be. You know, I can cover up some of it. Obviously, you want to leave some room so that if you have to swing a little bit, you can do that. And this is also why the ground blind is 270-degree field of view and not 360. The back wall is totally black, and that is so that you blend in. And it's really important to wear something black. Not only dark clothing, but it's more important, I think, to wear black gloves and a black mask, because in the end your hands are going to be up closest to the windows, and obviously at some point your hands are going to be the only thing that'll really have to move, and that's ultimately what they're going to see. But something like this is more than fine to get turkeys close to you. You don't have to go crazy brushing it in, especially if you can get it out 2 weeks before the season. They're going to get used to it anyways. But this is just how I like to do it and break up the outline. Now, I have seen a few comments where guys are saying the roof is too shiny, and you know, something reflective will definitely spook animals. It really comes down to which way the sun is, where your blind is positioned to the sun. There can be some reflections. However, I don't ever feel that it's an issue, especially if you're putting stuff kind of like this over top of it. But if you feel that that is an absolute problem for you, do not hesitate to mud it in like you would a goose blind or something. Just take some mud and just smear it on the top, and essentially that's going to cut down on the glare if you feel that's a problem. On those rainy, miserable days, obviously that's not going to be an issue. If it's really miserable out, one thing that you'll probably want to do is inside your bag here, there is another little bag that's filled with ground stakes. So if you're putting it out, you know, 2 weeks before the season and you get some high winds or something, you want to make sure the thing's not going anywhere. So you can take these ground stakes out, stick them in each corner, and that'll just ensure that it'll still be there when you get there that morning. If for some reason that you have not seen what this looks like from the inside looking out, let me show you this real quick because it's pretty awesome. Look at this. I just think that this is so cool, and for me it was just a game changer. Like I said before, this back panel here is solid black, so keep in mind the further back you can be to this back wall, the darker it's going to be, the harder it is for them to see you in here. So stay back, wear black, and put some gloves on, and they're not going to see you. Anything out there cannot see in, but you can see out, and it just makes it so much fun because they will come so close and have no idea you're in here. Now, these windows have adjustable sliders on them that are absolutely dead silent. You cannot hear them go up and down. And again, I like to just leave it a little tiny slit, just enough to get my gun barrel out of there, all the way across, just in case I have to go to this panel or to this panel. You know, I have options. I might make it go on an angle, so I'll seal it up on the one end, and then it gets, you know, bigger as we go down. So these windows are fully adjustable to however height you want. If you're shooting a bow, you're going to want them open a little bit further. Make sure you get arrow clearance. So that's just another great feature about this particular ground blind by TideWe. So now let's just say, you know, the hunt is over. It's time to pack this thing up. Maybe you're going to move to a new location, or you got your turkey and you're done. You want to take this out. I'm just going to show you how to close this thing up. There's a vital step at the end of the process that a few seem to miss. So let me just show you this real quick. To just close up the door before I head out. And the process is basically the reverse. So you're just going to push this in, start from the side walls first, go all the way around. This thing will collapse down. Now when you get to the roof, you're going to push down on that metal hub, and this is where people get a little confused sometimes, and that is not the final step. You're going to want to push that one more time and see it pop one more time, and then that'll allow the ends to just kind of fold over. Folds up nicely, and you just put that right back in the bag and you're good to go. So it's so easy to set up, take down, and take it with you. But I really hope this video gives you some ideas on how to use your ground blind, or maybe where to place it. Get that thing out there early, get it brushed in, and more importantly, get a kid in there with you, because I'm telling you, I feel like there is nothing better than taking a kid turkey hunting and just seeing the excitement when those turkeys are so close. If you don't have any kids, find a kid, the neighbor kid, anything. I'm sure there's somewhere in your neighborhood there is a kid that would love to go turkey hunting. And if you have any questions, leave a question in the comment section below and we'll do the best we can to get back to you. I really appreciate you guys watching.